begin to. I begin to.
What is up, guys? What is up? We are in a different setting. Let's start there. We're coming through with new things. I just want to thank everybody who is joining us and welcome to this Saturday's paint and release. If you guys have been watching, y'all know that today is a very special day because today I have a special guest with me. My big sister, the radical chick herself, Coach L is in the building.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
So she here because y'all know she's about to she's gonna interview me and host paint and release today. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm nervous, y'all.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous because Dina goes to a level within me that I don't be always ready to tackle. So I know she gonna come with it. But I want to thank everybody for joining us. Go ahead and drop a comment, share this video, like this video, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is what we paint today. Just so y'all see, we got our Chanel, dripping Chanel sign.
Yay.
Brought to you, of course, by One Crown Studios, who have done our pre-drawn canvases for us. So,
all right, y'all.
I'm gonna let you take it away.
Look, I'm excited, y'all. Look, I've been waiting for this day. Look, we had some time to get prepared for this, so I got some questions for Autumn. I'm so proud of you. I just got to tell you that. I'm so proud of you. This platform is amazing. You know, we are people that believe in release. We're crybabies anyway. So I don't think we have a choice in the matter. We're going to release.
It's going to come out anyway. I got my tissue.
Yes. But I just, I commend her for this platform because it is extremely important for us to release. As I was, just kind of preparing for today's show, I asked myself the question, like, why is it so important? Why do I care so much about releasing? Why is that such a big thing for me? And it's such a big thing for me because I truly believe that when we release, that is connected to our soul and it's connected to our growth. If we do not release, if we keep things bottled up inside of us, we do not know how to release, we do not even attempt to release, we stunt our growth in a major way. So shout out to you for this platform. It is an amazing platform. I can only wait to see what's going to happen in 2021. Because we all is, we in that place where we're about to take off.
I'm ready, Lord.
2021 is almost upon us here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. I had a song that played. It is entitled Release. Go figure. It's by the church choir, and it has John P. Key and Miranda Curtis on it. And I wanted Autumn to listen to that song mainly because I needed her to understand that she's about to go to another level. And we always, can pray and ask God to give us things, but we got to be prepared to get it. We got to be prepared when he give it to us. So I truly believe that she is prepared for what he's about to bring her way. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to release in the right way, though.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
So,
amen.
I had to restructure my questions. I had to move some numbers around. I want you to tell the people, Autumn, what was this process like building paint and release?
Ooh. There was a lot of tears. Y'all know I'm a crybaby, so there definitely was a lot of tears. It was a lot of battling back and forth with God. Kind of like, is you sure you want me to do this? Am I the one that's supposed to be hosting this? Are you positive? Like, I don't even know where to start. So it definitely, I think when you're kind of still learning your purpose and understanding where God is positioning you, you still battle with it because you're like, I'm not ready for that.
Right.
And God be like, oh, but I'm preparing you to be ready for it.
Yeah.
And I was going through that season where I was being prepared. I was saying, like, I'm tired of fighting. I don't want to fight anymore. So it was a lot of tears, a lot of battling, but we here.
Okay. So she being cute, y'all. What was the battles? She being real cute. She's trying to skate on y'all. We not skating this episode. So y'all get y'all coffee, y'all tea, y'all waters,
y'all popcorn.
Get y'all popcorn. It's a movie. It's gonna be a movie. This is a movie.
I doubted myself. It was a lot of self-doubt. I had gotten to a place where I had began to even second guess myself and allow people's opinions to shape who I thought I was.
Okay.
But God had to quickly remind me that you belong to me. I tell you who you are. Yes. And you don't allow, and it, listen, y'all went through the process with me. Maxi and Dina could talk to it. I was calling them like, am I really such a bad person? Like, saying I'm horrible. Like, am I really such a bad person? And it was just like, you can't allow people's opinions to shape who you are. So during this battle, I really, the stuff that I said I was ready for and I had opened my mouth and said I was going to do and wanted to do, like, I got tried on that hard, like so hard. Like, and it's crazy because I felt like as soon as it came out of my mouth, there was the test. And I was like, dang, you didn't even give me no week. Like, I didn't even get to prepare for the battle. Like, wait a minute, hold on. And it's like, now I'm learning that's why I'm supposed to stay in my word and stay in abiding, because you got to be ready for it at any given moment. You never know. So yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I asked that question because a lot of times we ask for things we're not ready for, or I want you to stay right there and touch on what you said. You said when you know your purpose, but you don't really, what did you say just a few minutes ago? You said something about your purpose. Well, let me rephrase it. Help us understand how it's possible to know your purpose but be afraid of your purpose.
I feel like, so I started reflecting a while back and was really like, when did you know what your purpose was? And I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, but I grew up in the church. So I knew from a long time ago, like, I've been new, but I ran from it because I was scared.
Right.
And I didn't want to, my whole thing was, Lord, if I can't come to you whole and wholeheartedly, I don't want to come at all. Like, I don't want to be mediocre. So I was afraid of what people might think of me. I felt like I had different ideas. And, you know, like when you get into the church and it ain't kind of cookie cutter to what religion is and what tradition is, people look at you and be like, you can't do that.
Yep.
And that's not the case. Like, we evolving and we're growing, and people have to be open to the new ideas and stuff like that. So listen,
now that's deep, because what you're saying is you thought in your mind, even I would say as a young girl, you thought in your mind that you had to be like ready. You had to be this perfect person. You had to be this Proverbs 31 young lady. How you gonna be a Proverbs 31 young lady?
Hello.
That's crazy. But you felt like you had to be right and in the right posture in order to give yourself completely and wholly to God. Yeah. And I just want to stay there for a second and encourage anybody that's watching to understand that you do not.
Exactly.
God can use anyone at any time, whatever the appointed time that he chooses to use you, he will use you, whether you are in the midst of brokenness, whether you are, in the midst of struggle, chaos, whatever the case may be, he can use you. So that's dope right there. I appreciate that. So you ran from it. What got you to the point where you was like, I'm done running?
You just get tired. It's just like with a track star. You can only run so long, and then you be like, okay, hold on, I'm tired. I need a break. So I took the little breaks here and there. I go back to church, get back in the groove of things, and then be like, yeah, and I'm out again. Like, I was running.
Yeah.
Until you really, like, just get to that point where you like, dang, okay, how long I've been doing the same thing? Like, I'm tired of, you know what song I love, Dina? John McReynolds, is it Cycles? Cycles.
Mm-hmm. That's my
and
song
it's like
right
you steady going through the same thing over and over, and you just be like, you know what? Obviously, I'm doing something wrong, because there has not been a different outcome with anything that I've been doing. So I just got to the point where I was like, Lord, I didn't try it my way for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try it your way because this ain't working. And I'm tired. And I'm tired of crying. And I'm tired of going through broken relationship and broken people after broken person. And so it was like, at this point, it's like, okay, what you got for me? I'm ready.
Yep. That she brought that song up, and in the song he says, did not conquer this last year. A lot of times we don't even think about it. We go through so many different things. There's so many things that are thrown at us in one year that you forget the things that you conquered. Exactly. And you may repeat that cycle the very next year, forgetting that you already conquered it. So with that being said, what are some of the things that you conquered in 2020 that you are not going to repeat the cycle in 2021?
For me, the self-doubt.
Okay.
Like I'm living in me being dope.
Oh yes.
And embracing
that amazes me.
And embracing it. Like even when it comes to Dynasty Style PR and my business and the stuff that I do with that, like just recognizing my talent, like it's different. It's something when y'all tell me, like, sis, you dope, like you got it. And I just be like, oh, okay.
She is.
And be like, oh, I just, it was cute. I just didn't think. Y'all know
she
I
do really be like, it was cute.
It was cute.
What do you mean?
But really just, allowing God to really, and also I think when you move out of your own way and allow God to really like flourish you and really grow you, it'd be a different type of dopeness that you just like, I can't do it by myself. But if I allow God to team up with me, it's gonna be real.
So let's talk about God. Let's talk about how. Well, first of all, we're not even gonna talk about how dope he is, because that's gonna be a whole nother show.
I was gonna say that's a whole nother show.
But I want you to talk to people. What do you have to say to people who, like, I know for me sometimes I'm like, I want to remain myself. That's what you're saying. Like, if you can't be you, then you don't want to, if you can't, be yourself, then you don't want to be anything. You want to be yourself. But what do you think about people who have the issues with us saying, okay, we dope, we love God, but we love music. We dope, we love God, but we love rap music. We dope, but we love God, and we like to have fun, and we like to laugh, and we like to joke, and we like to have fun, and we like to live life.
Yeah.
What do you say to people who feel like, oh, well, they too godly, or they too, they godly, but they still do this, or they godly and they still do that? Speak to the people as to what your thought process is when you hear those things.
Going back, and I think we talked about this when I was on Radical, talking about everyone is different, and they're different for a reason. God has a plan and a purpose for everybody. If we were all the same, there's no way that I'm going to be able to win the soul of somebody that Dina would be able to win the soul of. Yep. And reason being is because we're different. And God has recognized that, and he knows what our strengths and our talents are. So he, we work on that. Listen, I'm still going to have fun. I'm still going to be Autumn. I tell people all the time, God is not through with me yet. And there are definitely areas that I have to die to my flesh every day and be like, you know what? This ain't of God. I still sin. I have to repent. I have to ask for forgiveness and keep it pushing. Yes. But growing in the process and not condemning myself, but knowing that, hey, J baby. And not, y'all, my son is watching. So y'all see Jay Banks in the comments. He's on here watching. I love you, son. And I do this for you because I love you.
Nephew.
And just being able to like grow in the process and not like I said, condemning yourself to be like, dang, I did it again. Because God doesn't do that to us. He doesn't. By the time you just sat there and overthought it like I would about 5-6 times, God didn't already said, like, we done moved on, sis. Let's go on to the next thing. Right. Like, let's grow. Okay, we there. We know we got an issue with this. We gonna work on this, but we gonna keep it moving. Right. And God meets you where you at. Yep. He will meet you where you at. He not gonna force himself on you for certain, but he will meet you where you at, and it's just up to you to say, Lord, I'm ready.
That's it. And I love that, because we get so deep that we forget that he judges our hearts and that he knows our hearts. He knows, the commitment that we desire to give to him. And let's be clear, y'all, that ain't no excuse when you say God is not through with me yet.
Right.
We gotta stop with the old age, mothers and the church and the things that we always just the go-to sayings. God ain't through with me yet, and you use that as an excuse to still do the same things. That's not it. But you can be honest and acknowledge that, I'm still a work in progress. And I will say this, it's funny because lately I've been hearing die to my flesh, die to my flesh, die to my flesh. And it's real, like, because we all go through struggles. We all have times where, our flesh can get the best of us. So yeah, let's just be encouraged that you don't have to be, sold out, sanctified, and not have no fun and not live life.
That's not what it's about.
That's not what, I don't think that's what God has.
God didn't plan for us to be sitting here bored and just be like, well, we can't do anything, saints.
Because he's definitely a comedian, because he be having me rolling, because I'm like, he's a different type of beast. Like, whoa. Okay, so that's good. I love that part. Now, in painting and releasing, right? Why did you choose? Everybody want to trap and paint. Everybody want to.
Let's mention that people still call my show Trap and Paint sometimes.
Oh, it's definitely not
Sip
Trap
and Paint and all this, and I was like, whoa.
We ain't sipping or trapping.
We're not sipping or trapping anywhere when it comes to this.
Yeah, but why was it necessary for you to tap into the release? Why was that necessary for you?
So just going back to 2020 and what I was going through and some of the stuff that I had to tackle during this year, one of my things was, and it was one night, it was late night, like me and my cousin was crying over dues and just like, this is too much and whatever the case may be, years before that. And we decided to go to Walmart and pick up stuff to paint. Mm-hmm. And I just was like, but in the midst of us painting, it was dead silent. We had cried and did all this talking about dues and everything before that. And then when we got to painting, it was dead silent. But when we got done, we didn't feel like we had been being quiet that whole time. We just was like, whoa, what we doing next?
That's good.
Like, dang, I'm tired. Like, we were like, just like, we had dropped everything on the canvas that night. Wow. And it was so amazing. And it was just like, we got to do this more often. Like, forget talking about all of the problems and all of the things that we going through. Like, we gotta do this more often. So we had got to the point where we was painting, like, I got 50,000 pictures. We was just painting every weekend. Like, we're not gonna talk about it. Just come on. Like, that's what's up. And it was like, it was a release for me. Mm-hmm. But one thing that I definitely talked about in one of my other shows is I had to get to the point where the release wasn't always sad. Yeah. That it wasn't always about a heartbreak or an anxiety or whatever or depression. I had to get on here when I'm feeling happy. Mm-hmm. So, like, for today, an example, I'm celebrating my birthday.
That's right.
And we on here painting. And I'm okay. Like, I ain't sitting here like, dang, I don't even know why I'm painting there. I ain't even sad, Right. So that's the release is very important, because with releasing, like we said, it comes growth. Yeah. And you're able to move on from the situation and keep it moving. After I release it, it's over and done with.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, with that comes, like, we have a lot of people right now that are dealing with mental illness, depression, anxiety. It's the holidays, so we got a lot of people just like going through. We have people losing people left and right, and it's just a lot going on with the world that we're in today. What advice could you give people that may be experiencing anxiety? And I know one of your big things is overthinking. I stay on my sister a lot about this overthinking. She done had me in books and everything, y'all. I be trying to figure it out, because I be like, my sister. But I understand it. She had a show, and she really like brought me to a lot of clarification. But what would you say to people who are like going through anxiety, to people that may be an overthinker? Mm-hmm. Like, what are your go-to things that you may be able to share with them when you're, experiencing
overthinking? Yeah. Now, I'm not going to I'm tell you just like this. My opinion is my opinion. And this is what I've seen that has worked for me. And my first thing was I had to, a lot of people say, well, just pray, just pray. But God gives us resources for a reason. There's a reason that therapists are out there. There's a reason that things have been put in front of us to be able to use as a resource. He created the resources, use it.
That's right.
So for me, I was sitting there trying to battle this by myself. Like, I got it. Because I don't know if y'all know, like, I suffer from anxiety and overthinking. Like, I will overthink myself into an anxiety attack. And then there's some times where I'm not thinking about nothing, and all of a sudden I just get anxious for some reason. And I'm just like, what is going on? But I have learned through, just being up under my pastor and learning the different things that come attached with anxiety, and you not wrestling against flesh and blood, but principalities. So you have to know the different things that's attached to some of these different diagnoses. So in the interim of me learning different ways to work through it, I'm also teaming up with God and like, Lord, I can't do this by myself. Like, I need your help. And actually being able to give it over to him, because I'm also, on top of that, like to be in control of every doggone thing. So if I can't control my own emotions and feelings, I'm pissed off. Like, how you can't hone back in? Because I be looking at people that be going through their little breakdowns like, girl. But then I have to realize, like, wait a minute now. Because you go through your little battles too. And listen. So for me, it's definitely being, I've talked to a counselor. I've teamed up with my primary and teamed up with God.
That's dope.
And listen, we gonna tackle this together. Not only I'm asking to be delivered from it, and listen, I'm teaming up.
That's real talk. I love the fact, because everybody be quick. I was just talking to my mom earlier, and somebody had told her, well, she said that she was doing something, and the person asked her, like, well, did you pray about it? And she just started cracking up, because she told her, she said, you sound just like my daughter. Because I'm always asking it. Autumn could attest, I'm always, did you pray about it? What did God say?
Dina will ask me in a minute, like, did God tell you to do that?
Right.
And I'll be like...
But it's extremely important, because a lot of times, like, we'll be quick to say, like, pray about it. Like, just pray about it. But when it's beyond prayer, like you said, God gave the resources for a reason. We have to remember that he has blessed people with gifts. Autumn has a gift to bring on a paint and release. There's a gift that I have of coaching. So he gives people these gifts so that they can be resources to help you in these different areas. So please make sure that you understand that it's not just prayer that can get you through. There's also some resources out there. I thank you for that, sis.
Yes. Hold on, Dina. Before we go on, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Like, we didn't dive in. We didn't say hi to y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. We love you. Thank you so much for watching. Randall, thank you for being here. Javarian, again, thank you for being here, baby. Mama Devira, I love you. Thank you for being here. Carlos, what's up? Thank you for stopping by.
What's up, bro?
And anybody else, if y'all are in the building with us, just drop a comment, drop your name, say what's up, say y'all here so we can say hi to y'all. And thank you again for joining us. Again, this is what we painting right now. Dina farther than me, because I'm over here like trying not to cry and answer questions.
She can't hold it, y'all.
I'm trying. I'm
doing
good though.
I'm doing real good.
Because when I said, Javarian, Mama love you,
I do this for you, baby. She's about to go in right there. Okay, so through your prayers, is there anything that you struggled with that God instructed you to be obedient about? This year, we talking about 2021.
Releasing people.
Releasing people?
Mm-hmm. And being released from people. Like,
whoa!
Literally, like, I struggle with that because I be trying to see the good in everything and be trying to just hold on to dear life. And that be the very reason why you ain't moved up in the world. And you be trying to figure out, well, why, Lord, why you ain't took me to the next level? He's like, you ain't even did what I told you to do on level 3. But you want me to take you to level 4. Oh, okay. So I definitely, that was one that I was just like, I held on to for a long time. Held on to certain friends that I needed to just release from and be done with, and know that I'm in a space now where I was telling a couple of my friends, like, I'm just giving it to God. Like, I'm not trying to fix people no more.
Ooh.
They belong to God. They don't belong to me.
That's right.
So I'm not being the one that's going to be like, come on, let me hold your hand. We could get through this together. And then, granted that I'm not blessed like this one to walk you through something properly. Listen. So I'm just going to stay in my lane.
Listen.
Because then it could coach you through some stuff and won't say a word. Let's talk about that. How you just will coach somebody through something.
You're not interviewing me. What are you doing? Wait a minute.
Y'all
Get back on track. She tried to switch it up, y'all. She tried to switch it up on me. But no, I mean, I get what you're saying, though. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But, I mean, you are a coach. Let's talk about that. Stop acting like you're not a coach. Because this one right here be coaching on her job, and she act like she don't be coaching on her job. So I'm trying to figure out why you trying to, get away from coaching.
What are you talking about? I be coaching on my job when?
You coach people. You can feel when people, you can feel the energy of people. You know when people are down. You know when people ain't right. And you automatically want to help. Automatically go into help mode. Like, tell me about it. What's going on with you? So you are a coach. And I believe that that's why we're here, because sometimes you run from things. Like you said, you run from things, but you have it in you. So with that being said, let's talk about how you coach and you're running from coaching. I'm very blunt, y'all. I'm sorry.
Then I'm sorry. Coaching makes me tired.
But you know what you just said,
I be so drained.
That you have the principles, though. See, when it's time to let go, you have to, like, that's something that you struggle with, letting go, right? So a lot of times, like, when you're a coach, you have to understand there's going to be some things that you're going to struggle with, that God is going to give you the lessons and the tools and all that stuff that you need to understand why it's important for you to let people go when He tell you to let them go. Yeah. Why? Because when you coach people, if you're coaching people and you taking on all their stuff and it's sitting right here and you're taking it home with you, it's sitting with you. And they going on about their business.
And releasing everything.
Yeah, and they going on about their business. That's a struggle that if we have any coaches on here or any coaches that will watch the replay, I'm sure that they will be able to attest that they carry things. Pastors, they carry things. People tend to carry things with them without releasing, and letting it go. Yeah. So I think you're in training.
I was going to say, maybe that's why I have not yet coached yet, because I'm still learning those tools.
Yeah. And I know that, but you run from coaching. You just said, I'm not blessed like this one over here. She's definitely blessed like me and so many other people. And I have to stop my sister sometimes, because I need you to know that you are. And we don't declare that you're not. How about that? Yeah.
In that order.
In that order. So, yeah.
Hey, Charcy. Hey, Auntie Lane.
Let me see what else I got for you.
I'm doing good, y'all.
Oh, see, we
encouraging.
Listen, y'all, we be tapping on stuff. We be talking about stuff that I didn't wrote down my question. So we just talked about how. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in a different way now. When you encourage people, because you encourage people every day, you get up, you get on Facebook, on your story, whether it be you painting and releasing on your own, whether it be you getting on your story and giving a word for the day and motivation for the day. She does this all the time. You do it every day. What does that cost you?
Nothing. Nothing.
Sure. What does it cost you when you got to get up there and you got to motivate people when you're not feeling motivated yourself?
Besides my time. But you know what? Every time I do, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, every time I do, and let's be clear, I have not been on my story motivating with my voice, but I've been doing stuff like posting my workouts and stuff like that. So every time I decide to, that's crazy, when I listen to God and do what I'm told, it's like I be feeling so like ecstatic. I just be like, oh, dang. Whoo, just dang, I be feeling good. Because then you have people that'll come and be like, I needed that today.
Yeah.
And you be like, good grief in the morning. Like, what if I didn't? And then I start to think, like, now what if you didn't do it? And you have to realize when God tell you to do something, you have somebody else's life attached to you on the other end.
Yes.
So your simple second, right, or simple second of being obedient could save somebody else. Yeah. So I be starting to think about that. But I am telling y'all, I'm gonna have a moment of transparency. I've been running from doing my motivations in the morning. Because, and the reason that I stopped doing them, and because I wasn't living by what I was telling y'all to do.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Let's be very transparent.
So that's the good thing about when you release, you there's certain times that God will allow you to run from things. But when you are in the spotlight and you are about to release and you are needing to get some things up off of you, He knows that. Yep. So there's some things that you can't run from. So that's one of those things you can't run from. So you basically, how do you feel? Like, how does that make you feel? Because I'm sure that this goes for me too. Like, when you know you ain't right, or when you know things ain't right, a lot of times I say, like, when people know they ain't right, I think they should just sit down. Mm-hmm. Like, they should be, willing to say, I'm going to sit myself down before God sits you down. Because at the end of the day, what we're doing is all to bring Him glory, honor, and praise. So how do you feel when that happens? Like, what makes you get to that point where you like, you know what, I ain't finna do this because I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do?
Just when you get to that point, it's just like you start to feel convicted. Like, I felt convicted. Like, I was telling people, turn your positives into negatives. Mm-hmm. And I was doing that all while I was calling y'all crying about something that was negative, and I couldn't turn it into a positive myself. And I'm just like, how do you tell somebody? That's just like, do what I say and not as I do.
Yep.
And it's like, no, that's not how that works. Like, you have to be an example. And am I going to always be perfect? No, I'm not. I don't, you know what I'm saying, claim to be perfect or nothing like that. But I was just to a point where I was just like, listen, I ain't even prayed today. And I'm telling y'all, you can't do it in your own strength. Like, God help you, da-da-da-da. Right. And I'm just like, but you ain't even linked on Him today at all. And you've been struggling. Like, excuse me?
But that's the realness of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I love about, just people who can just really understand and be honest with themselves. You got to be honest with yourself first before you can tell anybody else anything. And that's just pure transparency, like you said. When you get in that space, I know there's been some times where you just, get into this space. What are you doing to get yourself back to that place that you need to be, where you can motivate and do the things that God is calling you to do?
It's nothing wrong with taking a step back.
That's right.
And regrouping. I've been saying the year 2020, especially when the pandemic and everything hit, reset and reconnect. Mm-hmm. Like, so for me, if that's me getting off of social media, because now I have allowed the world's narrative to kind of shade me, and I don't know if I'm coming or going, or if I want to pain release, or if I whatever. Like, I have to take a step back and be like, you know what, I got to get off social media. I need to get in my word, and I need to take a step back. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with taking a step back, but don't allow it to stop you.
Right.
Don't allow it to really just take you off course altogether. Remember the plan, and just, make sure you come back to it.
Gotcha.
So the motivations will be back, y'all. They're not going nowhere. They're coming back. I just need to take a minute and get myself together.
I would rather listen and be motivated by somebody who can keep it all the way 100, who can keep it a buck with me, and just say, look, I ain't been right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back.
Yep.
I would much rather, want to hear from them than to hear from somebody who just,
Like
pretty much act like everything good and ain't nothing going wrong.
Glitter and rainbows all the time.
Absolutely. So that's dope. For all y'all that rock with, Double N, y'all better know, she keep it trill. As long as she keeping it trill, that's one to follow. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot of people out here that don't, keep it a buck. Who or what is your biggest inspiration, just overall?
My biggest inspiration would have to be my child, Javerion. That 13-year-old, listen, and I just sometimes I really be having to sit back and be like, Lord, you just paired us up so perfectly because Javerion mouth. When your parents tell you that you're gonna get back what you put out, oh mercy. My son talks to me in a way that I be like, I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm like, well, why you say it like that though? Like, and it'd be like, because if he didn't say it that way, you wouldn't have listened. Like, he knew exactly how God positioned him to say it exactly how he needed to say it. So his mama was gonna react and actually listen to what it is, which God always talks through Javerion to me. Always.
That's good.
And I don't even know if he realizes it at this young age, but he's always dropping some type of gem on me, and I be like, you don't even know that God is using you right now. And
right.
And he another one that's like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to, praise God or what I'm doing yet. And I just be looking at him like,
yeah,
you ain't got no choice.
Right.
But I'm going to let you go through your process.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you what you got to do, but definitely my son, listen, that little boy, he's very talented, very caring and loving. And that's one thing that I can say that Javerion is teaching me every single day is how to be, I'm going to say it like this, how to be soft. Because it's my main soft. I don't know how to be soft yet. Oh, thank you.
Now, what's the one thing that you truly admire outside of him dropping the jewels? And what's the one thing you admire about your child? Or let's say this: what's the one thing that Javerion has that you feel like you didn't have? That you just be like, wow.
His spirit to really just care genuinely about people and their well-being, and he diligent. Like, Javerion is a lovey child, so he wants to hug on you and give me a hug and give me a kiss. Like, before I came today, I was walking out, I'm like, come lock the door for me. He was like, and where do you think you going? And before I knew it, I turned around, like, because had he said it differently, I probably would be like, boy, bye. Where do you think you going? I turned around, looked, without giving me a hug. Aww. And I was just like, and that's what I'm talking about when I say God be knowing, because had he said it to me any other way, you didn't give me a hug, I'm probably like, I gotta go. Like, yeah. But where do you think you're going? I had to turn around like, who are you talking to? Without giving me a hug. I was like, oh, okay. So one thing I can definitely admire Javerion is that he is so caring. Like, this kid, I could be in the room just not having a good day, and my son would be like, Mom, you want to bring you some water? That's his thing of saying, I see you, and I know that you're not okay, and I want to make sure you're okay. Let me bring you some water. And the water don't even be the most important part of it. I think that's just his way of coming into my bubble that I be trying to push him out of.
Aww. Oh, Jay.
He on here too, talking about he.
But yes, he definitely has been a blessing, because in those areas where I'm hard, Javerion balances it out.
That's dope. Now, y'all know, Autumn was a young mother, so that's one of the ways that we connect on a lot of levels. So I just love the relationship that her and Javerion have.
My brother.
Yeah. They just like two peas in a pod, and, you can tell, like, she be like, oh, he get on my nerves. No, he don't. Like, she be with it. She be loving it, and everything that he does, like, you can tell, like, she really just, has a genuine, like, just
That's my baby.
soft spot.
We grew
for
up
her
together.
baby.
I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him that and break it down to him like, Javarion, you realize we grew up together. Like, I ain't perfect.
Yeah.
And I be having to really, like, when I pray to God, like, whatever I broke, Lord, just make sure you fix it.
Yeah.
And fill in those areas that I might have taken something from him, but fill in those areas for him so he whole and he not missing nothing.
And that's the thing with boys. It's very, it's hard because when you're a single mother, it's hard to be you want to be everything that they need. You want to be a disciplinarian. You want to be a nurturer. Like, you want to be these things. And this is to encourage single mothers out there that, you know, we don't always get it right. But one thing that, you know, I love that you said that's powerful is that you ask God, like, Lord, whatever it is that I may have broken in my child unknowingly, because a lot of times it's, well, majority of the time it's unknowingly, that we have possibly broken something within our children because we really don't know. We don't have
from our own experience.
Yeah, from our own experience. I
love you too, baby.
Oh, Jay, you done made her cry, Jay.
Right, he didn't even make me cry with Javarion. He ain't even here.
Okay, so let's go into this. Knowing the anointing that you have on your life, are there anything, well, I guess we answered this kind of already. Going forward, let's just say going forward, is there anything that you are struggling with now that you believe God is calling you into for 2021?
Y'all, I am struggling with my singleness right now.
Oh, that goes right into the next question.
And I wasn't at first.
Okay.
I was cool at first. I was like, listen, I had heard a message that I was being hidden, and I was cool with being hidden. I ain't cool being hidden no more. I'm trying to figure out, like, Lord, we ain't gonna find me.
Well, let's talk about why you not.
I'm tired of being a rare gem hidden in a cave. Like,
now let me just put this down right here, okay? There's power and there's some gold dust in that hidden, okay? There's some dust that's sprinkled on that hidden place that you don't want to bust out of until he's ready for you to bust out of.
That's why I was
yeah, be careful with that. But let's talk about it. Why? Why is it becoming an issue now versus it not being an issue before?
Because I'm about to be 31. And I want some more kids.
And this little young whippersnapper right here.
And Javarion about to be 14. I'm like, you really about to... This what happen when you don't listen to your mama. Now I got to start all over.
Now that part.
Now I'm going to be sitting here and starting all over.
Okay.
Whenever I do get married.
But let's talk. Okay, so let's talk about it. Us as women, we have...
Shut up, Jay.
Been conditioned to say, oh, we about to be 30. Oh, we about to be 40. Oh, I want to have another child. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it. Let's talk about some of them women's in them Bibles that had them babies when they was up there in age.
Definitely don't put a time limit on yourself, or especially as far as like getting married, having kids. I don't think you should really be putting timelines and limits on that.
Okay.
Because God he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. And so even though I make jokes about me struggling with my singing, I think it's just the fact of being like lonely.
Is it lonely? Let's just say what it is.
I'm lonely.
Thank you.
And it's like, but then I feel bad saying that because it's like, you really shouldn't be lonely because you need to be, allowing God to fill those areas. But then it still be like, but I'm still lonely though. Like, you can say that and you have to be okay with saying that too, though. Like, I want a companion.
Well, that goes back to what you said. Like, we still battle with flesh. Like, within your flesh, of course, everybody would want to be connected and have somebody there for them and somebody that can love on them. So I don't think that's nothing wrong with that.
No, it ain't.
What do you do though, Autumn? What do you do when you're struggling with this? Tell the women's. There's some women's out there that they struggling. And let me tell y'all, you ain't got to be single to struggle, honey. Let me tell you that. This ain't my show. This her birthday show, but
Babylon
just fell down. Oh, I probably wasn't supposed to say that, Jesus. Sorry, Lord.
That's why. That's what that was his sign. Thanks, Gina. Didn't knock the balloons over because she just said something. She got a.
But I'm just saying though, like, you know, it's women out here right now that may be connected and may still be lonely, you know, for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. We have women that have men in the military. We have women that have men that are incarcerated. There's so many things. So, what are some of the things that you do to combat this, Autumn?
Really and truly, like, I have to literally just stay in my word and also just remember the promises that God has given me.
Yes.
And the promises that God has given us, you can always find it in your Bible. Like, it's not that hard. Like, the Bibles are electronic, so quit trying to say I don't got no Bible. You better download one.
Amen.
So for me, it's just remembering, like, you're being prepared. He's being prepared. We're being prepared. Like, okay, we're not ready. Yeah. Obviously, we're not ready. Like, that's what I had to tell myself the other day. Like, you're not ready. As much as you want to be, as long as you...
What? My next question. Go ahead.
As long as you are, like, in this space where it's just like, I'm not ready. I don't care how much I say I want a companion. Like, I don't want to break nothing. So, granted, the marriage, whenever I do get married or get into the marriage, it's going to be a marriage because it's not going to be a relationship for too long, or courting for too long. As no matter how much I say that, I know that there are still areas that I need to work on as an individual. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to, or it's not going to go well.
Right.
Because I'm still growing. So I'd be like, Lord, when I get into those moments, my thing is for me, and I don't know if y'all do this, but you need to start doing it. I start praying for my husband. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I want him so bad, Lord.
Who did that? Fantasia do that?
She probably did hers.
It was a lot of people.
Sierra.
Everybody
did pray for that. That's what like you literally have to pray. Begin to pray. Speak life. Like, Lord, you know, I don't know where he is and what he's doing, but I ask that you continue to prepare his heart, his mind, his soul to receive someone like me and vice versa. Prepare me to...
Hi! We got guests, y'all.
First of all, listen, we are still live. And y'all out here commenting and stuff, talking about whatever.
We got a lot of guests in the building, y'all.
We have guests, guys.
Can we have them?
Yeah.
Can
y'all come on and shut the door.
Can you scoop?
I knew this. Hi, Jerry.
We got Jerry in the building. We got the mama in the building. Hello.
Happy birthday.
Good.
Thank you.
Tiffany in the building. Tiffany's like, I ain't doing it.
Thank you.
Well, she already answered the last question. The last question was relationships. Are you ready to be that Proverbs 31 woman?
I'm still working on it, y'all.
Okay.
I definitely want to. I feel like I'm doing okay. But I'm gonna get there, and I'm not gonna overthink about me not being there in the timing that I feel that I need to be there. Like, right. God is preparing me, and you gotta just live in that and be okay with that. I'm gonna put them right there, and just be cool with it.
Yeah. Look how much love she got, y'all. She just had they just bust up in here, bust up in here. The whole clan. She got gang members up in here.
We got a show going on. I'm looking at Maxi and Dina like, who knocking on the door?
So her super producer Maxi wanted to make sure that she surprised her with the people that love her the most. So that's why we
don't start her crying.
I don't have no tissue either. So
she got a whole box. You know we got to be prepared for her. She got the box.
Jerry, I said, who is it? Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Jay.
The timing of God is everything. It definitely is. So I'm not going to rush it because I want him to be ready. I want to be ready. And we just going to just get it together.
That's what's up, because we going to party hardy when she get this man. And he got to, let me tell you this. He going to have to come through. I need to meet with him and all that. We going to,
got weddings and plans.
Yeah, we got some stuff to be
She
ready.
got the committee together and everything.
Absolutely.
Remember,
Right.
Dina, if y'all used to follow us on Free Thinkers, Dina was like, "You got the colors, sis," because I know you got the colors. Listen,
She got everything ready.
everything ready,
Prepared.
Is that for me? You know those my initials. That's my logo.
Oh, here she go asking for something. Yes, you can have it.
Say hi,
Make sure you do that.
Oh, oh God, I feel so special.
You
Don't
are
cry.
special, girl.
I already cried. I'm not crying anymore.
You gonna
Y'all-
open your other gifts?
Okay, so y'all listen. Y'all want me to open them on live?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you can you?
Yeah, okay. I got
Here, let me hold that.
Ebony is picking up her car.
Y'all,
Flowers late.
y'all see my flowers? I love you, Ebby. I still love you. Tiffany got me a girl. I needed this.
Oh, she gonna
And
cry.
I stickers.
She said it got stickers.
I'm gonna read this when I'm not reading this on live. Y'all not gonna play me. This is cute. Thank you. I was just thinking about a journal. And
That's your son.
Calling me.
calling my mama. Y'all then clout. I just was about to buy these. I love y'all. Thank you. Okay, y'all.
She got more.
I got more gifts too. I'm reading cards off live. I'm not about to play with y'all.
Oh.
Didn't I tell you? I said, you know, over there making a slow. Yes, Dina. You better work.
That's so cute.
You got a little paintbrush on there.
Look,
Yeah,
Maxie
she got a little
going.
paper, right? Like, where's mine?
Maxi's like,
You like it?
Yes. Got some. Oh,
That's
yes.
cute.
Oh, yeah, Dina.
She's so silly.
Y'all see it? Oh, I'm over here doing it to my phone. Hey. Thank you, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my super producer.
She got you some stuff
She got
down
me
here.
some stuff too, guys. And y'all know Maxie when she
She
comes,
extra.
this
You
is
got
heavy,
to-
y'all.
Careful.
Hold on. And then Dina ain't gonna make it. Hold on.
Oh,
Look,
y'all be
it's
knocking
all
me with no
pretty and
paint.
purple.
Wait a minute.
Okay, let me turn to the side. Yeah, she know I be working out, y'all.
That's cute.
She trying to keep me together.
In her color.
What water it take?
Oh, she
Okay.
ready for 2021.
It's going down. I'm about to be writing my little life away. Thank you, y'all.
That's a planner.
Huh?
That's a planner.
It's a planner.
Yeah.
Oh, she telling me to get on it
Yes.
and plan 2020 out.
Can you please
She's
put
gonna
your
cry,
lip
Lord.
in?
Put it right.
Oh,
Fix
God.
it. Fix it.
Look up. Candle. Okay.
Watermelon lemonade.
Oh, yes. She's knowing me. The Goddess Dope shirts. Thank you. Unless God sent you, I'm unavailable. Speaking of.
Oh, that's what's up. Look.
Perfect
See how that
timing.
works? See how that works?
Perfect timing. Aww. Pick me up. I'm brushing my teeth. Javarion wants to be involved so bad. Like, I can't even have no birthday show. But y'all, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate y'all.
Yay.
I feel so loved.
She is loved.
Yeah.
The visionary of paint and release. Yes, ma'am. Miss Autumn Latrice.
Yes. Y'all be on the lookout. 2021 is we going to new levels. And I'm warning y'all now, if y'all come on our show, you is going to release for real. We are taking things to a new level in 2021. It's going to more so than anything be so geared toward the release part of it and just making sure that people are freeing themselves and being able to move forward. And once you're done here, you're able to take what you discussed here and being able to move forward with it in life and being able to do and grow and heal. Like I just want people to heal. That's it. Because I've healed in areas And I know how important it is and how just monumental it can be when you release certain things. So, but thank you for joining us on this Saturday. I told y'all this month was going to be special. Your girl birthday coming up. My birthday coming up on the 24th, y'all.
Yes.
So I'm so excited. This is chapter 31. And
Yeah, I forgot. Wait, we can't go nowhere. Hold on. I got something.
Dina
I
did
forgot.
not.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I bookmarked it. I gotta read this for her.
Okay.
Let me see.
She's probably going to make me cry, so let me get some tissue.
Sorry. Let me see. I don't know. How do I get to my bookmarks? You know.
Girl, I don't know. The little book.
Let me see. She said the little book.
It's a
Outta
book at
here.
in your thing, right? It's on your Safari.
I think so. This is right here.
You should have just screenshotted it, child.
Oh, that's so bogus.
She gonna have to tell me. Y'all can't.
I'm gonna have to tell her off camera, y'all. Y'all not invited. Nope. Here, go right here. I was gonna say nope. Y'all not invited. Since I was coming on the show and it was her 31st birthday, I was looking up, symbolism for 31. And when I looked up the symbolism of 31, it just really it talked about autumn. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. But it's right here. It says, hold on. It says this number usually represents the end of a cycle since it is related to the end of a month, especially to the end of the year, December 31st, marking the end of a year of our life and the beginning of a new one. It says on one hand we have the number 3, which represents the sensitivity and expression of genius of people. This means that she is a person who needs to connect with her deepest emotions, highlighting the most sensitive side of the person. It is also usually related to creativity, dynamism, and fulfillment of objectives. Right. On the other hand, we have the number 1, the number that balances the creative given by the number 3. In addition to highlighting the independence, self-sufficiency, originality, and confidence that you have in yourself, it is also the number that highlights the strength and ambition, being a number that is related to beating others and being the best at what we do. It says, in this, we can say that the meaning of 31 in numerology is that the people who rule under this number are sensitive, but they are also very strong. That's Autumn, y'all. They are people who are connected to those people who give meaning to their lives, and also people who are willing to fight for everything they want to achieve without letting obstacles prevent them from moving on. The reason this meant so much to me is because it was just talking about the creativity in you. And I know a lot of times you struggle with your creativity, not really knowing how dope you are, but you are awesome. You are amazing. You are surely, truly the most creative person that I have met. And yeah, I just want you to keep it going, sis. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
No problem.
I love y'all. Okay, y'all. It's been real. Thank you for rocking with us this Saturday. We definitely will be back in January. My producer said I can't take no seasonal break, so we'll be back in January. And I got some dope people, a dope person coming on then. So y'all be on the lookout. I love y'all. Deuces, and thank you, Coach.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.